Yes. What is going on? It is Michael Yo. Oh, comics on Canes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a game last night. Absolutely incredible. You can hit me up on the chat. I want to hear your comments, answer your questions. Oh man, it was such an amazing game. I mean, talk about highs and lows, right? Talk about highs and lows. But I will say this, and I've said this before. When they were down, I believe it was 38 maybe to 18 or 35-18. The score was something around that. And I still had faith. I actually tweeted it. I go, even though we're playing horrible, I still think we're going to win. Even though we're playing absolutely horrendous, I still think we're going to win. And I tweeted that when it was 38 to 18 or whatever that score was. It was, and because with Cam, look, every podcast you're going to listen to, they're going to talk about Cam Ward, of course. You just always have faith. And over the last 22 years of watching the Canes, became a fan in 2001. By the way, Finesse Mitchell is going to be joining us. He played on the 1991 championship team. But I haven't had this feeling in 22, 23 years where a quarterback, hey, what's up, Paco 305? How we living, baby? That's what's up. I haven't had this feeling in 22, 23 years when you're down by 3 scores, sometimes 4 scores, actually. We were down, I believe it was almost like, what was it, 20, almost like 26 points or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But I still had faith. I said, check my record, check my X. I was like, I still think they're going to win it because of Cam Ward. Now, full transparency, we all know Cam Ward digs the hole he needs to dig himself out of. You know? It's not like Cam Ward is playing perfect ball. And that's what makes this team even scarier to me. The team is not playing well at all. And it's almost to the point, and we'll talk about this more when Finesse gets on. It almost is to the point, please leave your comments too. It's almost to the point where this team believes they can win at the end. So it's kind of like, and I'm not saying they're doing this on purposely, but subconsciously. It's like, oh, we're going to win. It don't really matter how we play right now because we're going to win in the end. You know, like, let's be honest. Cam Ward was throwing some horrible balls. He dug the hole he had to dig himself out of. But the dude, you never lose confidence with him. I don't know what it is. I think it was that Florida game. I really think it was the Florida game where you're like, okay, I see how I'm going to invest this year on Cam Ward. You know, he's going to run around. This is the first game he really got sacked a lot. I felt like his scrambling really hurt him a lot of the times. But it's kind of like, yo, this is what he is. And you got to accept that. This is what Cam Ward is. Let me bring him in right now, my dude. Yes, sir. We're going to add him to this. What's up, Finesse Mitchell? Oh, I got the wrong name up there. It's Forrest Shaw because it's already built in. But
I saw good. I'll be Forrest.
Yeah, it's Finesse Mitchell. Now, if you don't know, Finesse Mitchell was on the 1991 team, won that national championship, gave us some great stories about that. I just started the podcast by saying,
yeah,
even when they were down like 24, 25 points, whatever it was, I put a tweet out. And I said, they're playing horrendous, but I still think they can win. And that's because of Cam Ward. And we haven't had that in 22, 23 years, right, Finesse?
Correct. I'm going to my text messages right now. I have one of the guys who played cornerback, but he's a Florida State fan, but we go back and forth. We met through elementary school because our daughters go to the same school. He sent me a text and he said, what was that pass? What was that bad pass going across the middle? And then he said, bad day at the office today. for Miami football. And I don't even know if you could see this.
We'll do
It's
right
probably
back.
coming out backwards. But I'm just going to tell you what it says here in the
Yeah.
green. It says, it ain't over, sir. 2 stops, 2 scores, very doable. That's all we needed. And we got that. And mind you, I'm at the Comedy Store, Michael, yo.
I'm at the Pasadena Ice House at the same time, going back and forth.
I'm at the Comedy Store in that Ciro bar lounge they got in the back. It's full of people who are not Canes fans but want Miami to win because I made an announcement. All of these guys are my sons.
Yes.
I will take everything personal. Do you, but you've been warned. So now everybody's like rooting for Miami, but they're only rooting for the parlay, or they're rooting for these last minute bets that they can do on FanDuel that you can do now, where you can bet on who's going to tie their shoe first. You know, before you had to make real bets, but now it's so out of pocket. Who's going to buckle their chin strap first? They're making all these side bets while the game is going on.
Yeah, it's crazy, those type of bets, man.
And so now it's like, I told everybody, and you know, I sent John Chang a text, our good buddy.
John Chang is a good friend. He's a big producer in Hollywood. He went to Cal.
Yes.
And the thing about John is he didn't talk any trash, though. I always felt like
he's not a trash talking guy.
He's not. But I mean, even not a trash talking guy, you would think, all right, he gonna send something. You know, they up 20-something point. He gonna send something. He didn't know.
And he didn't. Other than I'm gonna block you guys at the end. That's all he sent. I just got a message that said you guys are blocked.
You guys are blocked.
My other boy who played against Miami, he was out there on the field when Miami came to town the first time and they came up with the Miami. Did you know?
What?
This is a real story. Did you know the no taunting rule, aka the Miami rule, came immediately after the Cal game when we flew out to Cal, and when they always show on the 30 for 30, or they always show videos of Miami, and they show Jesse Armstead doing the chop, and they show Wesley Carroll doing it. Half of those replays that they show that went out to the NCAA, everybody in football, was a Miami highlight tape of them celebrating. Mm-hmm. They probably had 5 other teams, but it was 30 minutes of Miami celebrating. And they said, from now on, no more taunting. No more taking your helmet off and throwing it when you score. That was Lamar Thomas. It was so many things that was hot. Randall Hill coming out of the tunnel during the Texas game and shooting people. Bro, it was those 90s teams. It was the early 90s teams that they made that no taunting rule.
Now,
it was dubbed the Miami rule.
Oh, yeah. Now, if you're just tuning in, Finesse Mitchell was part of the 1991 team. He's a phenomenal stand-up comedian, and this is called Comics on Canes. This is what's interesting to me, man. I even saw Miami Hurricane fans on X and some podcasts gave up on Miami.
Sure they did.
I always felt that they could come back. I never doubted it. That's what's so weird, and that's because we got Cam Ward. Now, and I said this earlier before you were on, he's the same guy that digs the hole too. You know what I mean?
When someone told me, man, y'all got Cal, and it was somebody from the Pac-10, they said, hey, bro, he dope, but he shoots himself in the foot, and then he go on a 4-game losing streak.
Yep.
And I'm like, really? It's like, hey, don't have buyer's remorse. That's all I'm telling you. So, of course, the first 4 games, I'm just sort of like, nah, we got one. We got something that's probably Jim Kelly, Ken Dorsey. I want to say De'Aaron King because Cam is mobile. You know, we've been looking for somebody like a Ken Dorsey that could get to the line of scrimmage, look at the defense and say, we ain't running that. We about to run this. And we find, even Nick Saban, when he broke it down, said, not every quarterback, believe it or not, can get up to the huddle, not only remember the play, understand the play, but change protection and or change the play if he sees that the defense isn't going to let this go. Cam is
Saban
that
was
dude.
like, he had full command.
Yeah.
That's the one thing Cam Ward has of that offense. Full command. So when he makes a big mistake, that's totally on him too. You know what I mean? So he digs the hole. But man, there were some times, and I wrote them down. There were some times, and this is going to skip around a little bit.
Okay.
Where you could have lost faith. When there was a time when they made that screen pass. You remember that screen pass? It was 3rd and 15, I believe. 3rd and 15, third quarter, something like 9 minutes left, maybe 4 minutes left. And then they broke that screen pass for like 50-something yards.
Yes.
They didn't score. They scored a field goal off of that. But it was looking like, all right, it could be trouble. I think that's the play. But it's a thing where they stepped up. And here's what's scary. And I hope this doesn't happen.
And the difference between old Miami and new Miami.
Yes. I hope this doesn't happen, is that there's complacency. There's this thought we can win at the end no matter how we play during the game. So then they're just going to start rolling with that, because that can't happen,
I said to myself, you know what? I'm from Atlanta, bro. I've watched Kirk Cousins win the game with under 2 minutes to go the last 3 games.
Yep.
And I'm in the bar, what we're calling ourselves now on social media, cardiac canes.
Yes.
It's trending. I'm at that bar and I'm saying, well, you know what? Maybe I should just tune in with 1:30 to go. Because why would I frustrate myself at this age if they're going to play like that 2 weeks in a row? And sometimes you think you're going to fix all your mistakes from a game like Virginia Tech. But no, sometimes it's just in your DNA, like, oh, here we go again.
And sometimes
and we start looking for stuff. Well, it's the time zone. They're actually playing at midnight their time. Like, we're trying to think of excuses why this isn't going right.
Finesse, let me cut you. Let me tell you why it's not the time zone. Because they played their best football in the fourth quarter, the latest time they could be playing. They played their worst football the earlier time. The latest time they could come back and win, that was their best football. So I don't want to hear about time zone. I'm done with the time zone. These are kids. They're 18, 19 years old.
I said that I think kids their age do their best work between 11:30 p.m. and 1:30 in the morning. So I didn't want to hear that either. No. And I wasn't letting anybody who came, I don't know if you remember comedian Ron G. Yeah. Ron G came into the bar. He was upstairs in the belly room. He saw the score. As soon as he came in, we were 1 touchdown away. And he was like, look like Miami coming back. All right, man, I talked to y'all. I was like, you can't leave. Yeah. Like, what? I said, you cannot leave. I said, as soon as you walked in, we scored. You're staying to the we only got 10 more minutes, bro. Just stay.
That's right.
I held him hostage.
Well, everybody was hostage in that room. Everybody.
I will say this about my guy, bro. I'll say this. I saw what I saw, because I don't know if you know, the cameraman was doing some devious shots of just shots of Michael Irving, shots of the quarterback's family after the targeting. The cameraman was doing some devious shots. One shot he showed was some of the people on Cal's bench getting emotional.
Oh, crying.
I ain't want to say it.
Well, it was the same guy that was talking all that trash at the beginning of the game too, though.
Exactly. One thing that I noticed when they always show Cam Ward, he does this.
Yeah.
Like, that's me. That was me. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, these guys, I ain't going to sit up here and say I knew they was going to win. I didn't know if they were going to win, but I knew they weren't going to quit. Yes. And I told my boy, I said, we just need 2 stops, 2 scores. And I don't know, Mike, you might have to help me out. I played a lot of football and watched a lot of football. We are at 2nd down and 7. Cal has the ball. There is 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. And somehow With our 3 timeouts, Mario let that clock go all the way to the 2-minute commercial timeout.
Yep.
To see if we could stop them on 3rd and 7 instead of forcing them to run that play, giving us more time.
Yep.
Easy to sit back and do Monday morning or Sunday evening quarterbacking, but I was screaming and shouting text caps all to my friends.
Yep.
Call a timeout. Call a time. You got 3. Call a timeout here. Make them come out of this huddle and make them run a play. You stop them, it's 4th and 7. Yep. They're going to have to punt anyway. I don't know why, bro.
Do you? What? I mean, okay, let's play devil's advocate. What could have been the strategy to that?
To let it go all the way down to 2 minutes, Mario is thinking, and this is the only thing that I think this is the only thing that makes sense to me, which you can't say as a coach. You're supposed to say it, but you can't think this way. I'm going to save my timeouts. Don't know why. Because the bottom line is, if you don't stop them on that 3rd and 7,
it's done.
The game is over, bro.
It's a wrap.
So why would you give us less time to maneuver than just go ahead and burn one timeout?
Well,
because it all worked out, we're just sitting back like, oh, well, we'll forget about that.
Well, Paco 305 has a good point. He's a big Comments on Canes fan. We appreciate you. But he's right. There is a time management coach next to Mario guiding. Not that Mario has to listen to him, but at least there's somebody there now to kind of consult him. So there must have been some strategy. Maybe we don't, or maybe it was just bad management. Who knows? Who knows? Like, because they get a hard time now if they call it. This is what I'm noticing about fans, though, too. If Mario calls a timeout, like a 3rd down, right? And that team breaks a big play, people get hot and be like, whoa, you gave them time
to think.
But if they don't call a timeout and they break a big play, it's like, well, you had a timeout. So you can't make everybody happy, first of all.
I just thought that we went into that situation with 3 timeouts. Okay, if your team doesn't stop them, they're just going to run the ball up the middle and then take 2 knees and the game is over.
Yeah.
If your team does stop them, well, now you have what, 1:40, 1:30 to score not a field goal, to score a touchdown.
You know, I wish we had the stat, and if anybody watching right now has a stat, I swear, I might have it here. Miami made so many 3rd down conversions. Like in the clutch. I'm talking about not the full in the cluch. I mean,
their quarterback literally got on TV in his post-game conference, press conference, and said the first thing they asked him, because I always watch Miami, but then I go and I watch the other team. First thing they asked him, was that targeting? He said, I don't want to talk about that. I don't even want to talk about that. That had no bearing on the game, which is true. Because targeting doesn't equal you're going to score the next 25 points.
No, 100%.
You can't put those two together. You can't listen to everybody saying, oh, Miami got bailed out because of targeting. No. 25 unanswered points mean we found a second win, we started to believe, and they panicked.
That's right.
That's all that means. And then secondly.
Well, before you move on, let's talk about the targeting. Did you think it was targeting?
Hell yes. Textbook.
No. See, I didn't. I did not think it.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Tell
you why. Their quarterback did not slide. He bent over a little bit, but he didn't give himself up in a position to slide, where it was obvious that Bassang should have held up. So because he's still running straight up, as a linebacker, you have from the shoulder all the way down to flip this dude. You could have went to his knees. You could have went to his ankles. You could have went to his thighs. You could have went to his chest. The fact that your helmet, and he came in with his helmet up at first, and then his helmet came down and hit him on the side of the head. He started at the shoulder pad. It slips off of the shoulder pad and goes into the side of the kid's head.
Yeah.
It's targeting. That's a bad tackle.
I disagree. This is why I disagree. It's because one side will only show part of the replay that fits them. When he went in, His head was down, but the quarterback lowered his head to where his head was. And I think that was the thing. And the main thing, if you see the replay, he pushes off with his arm, the shoulder pad in the arm.
Mm-hmm.
The full force of him was not the helmet. It was the arm. Basaint hit him with the shoulder, and then the helmet hit him, but he pushed off with the arm, and that's what saved the call. That force was more of him flying, was the arm movement. It was everything. But I think the arm swinging out really saved him on that play because it just showed he was leading with his shoulder. The helmet hit him because the dude lowered his head into Basaint. But when he put that shoulder out, it's like the intent was, I'm going to hit him with a shoulder and knock him down. And I think that if Basaint, let me say this, if Basaint didn't push the arm out, it would have been targeted. But since he hit him with the shoulder and then pushed off, it showed that he was trying to hit this dude with the shoulder. And the guy put his helmet in the way.
Can I interrupt you one quick second?
Yes.
So you know what you said in your example? You know what you said in your demonstration of what happened?
What?
The helmet hit him. Case closed.
No, but the helmet didn't hit him first.
Don't matter. Helmet to helmet is a targeting call. Don't matter.
No, he hit his shoulder.
He didn't go in with an intention of, I'm going to strike you with my helmet. But nobody throws the flags on intention. They throw the flag on what actually happened.
I think what the referees are doing now, and not all the case, but I think you have to look at the full play. You just can't see where the helmet hits the other helmet because there are a lot of factors before it gets to that point. I understand if it's black and white, but that call is not black and white. Because
now when it happened, now trust me, in the bar, when it happened, I'm like, it's not targeting. When they showed replays later, they showed a crappy angle from behind Basaint. It looks like targeting all day. But when you come from the other angle, when you see like from the back of the Cali end zone and you see the quarterback running and you see him come in from the side, you see him come in with his arm up. You see him come in with his everything hits his right shoulder, but then his helmet goes right into the side of his thing.
Okay.
That was the whole thud of the moment. But
I will say this. It's Miami. I thought it wasn't going to go our way because it normally does. I was prepared. Even though in the moment I was like, that's not targeting. I was prepared for the call to go against us because it always does.
Absolutely. Now, here's what I said. And I said this during Virginia Tech. I said, not only was that not a touchdown, but they owe us one more.
Yeah.
The ACC owes us one more. And I don't know what game is going to come, but there was two obvious, maybe Vegas made a call to say this ain't a safety, but there was two obvious safeties last year that messed up our season.
Florida State, like, that Travis Jordan in the end zone. Come on now. It was so obvious. It was ridiculous.
I said, and I tried not to engage. I told myself I will no longer comment or reply to anybody talking crap about anybody on Instagram, especially talking crap about Miami. And I look on your page and you got 3 followers. So I'm no longer doing that.
Yes.
I just let you say whatever you're going to say. But it does not negate the fact, huh?
But I before you move on, I still want to talk about this Basaint thing because one thing you didn't mention was the guy was not defenseless. The guy was running the ball.
First of all, he was a runner.
Okay.
He did not give himself up as a runner.
You know how many?
He should have slid.
You know how many times? Do you know how many times a running back gets hit like that every play?
Trust me, we know what targeting is. We had a kid named James Williams who was 6'5".
Yeah.
Who just hated to finish the game. And there was another safety. There was another safety we had before him. I forgot his name, Michael. But it wasn't Cam Kitchens. It was the safety before James and Cam. This dude, and I want to say Fearson before he transferred, number 3, but it wasn't even him. It was
what?
This kid would get a target every 3 games where we just like, he just don't know how to tackle. Do you remember this kid?
I do remember because it would make me so. If anybody in the comments know, please tell Carter. They're saying
We
this
would
guy named
say, please keep your head up this week. Like, please have a talk with
Michael
him before he
Carter.
goes
They're
out on the
saying it's
field.
Michael Carter.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm like, what is wrong with this kid?
Amari Carter.
Amari.
It was
Carter.
it was
Number
Amari
5.
Carter. Every
Number
week.
5. Every other week, he's missing the next game.
You remember the joke was he shouldn't even wear a face mask?
Like, we know it's targeting this.
He shouldn't even wear a face mask because he never.
Let me tell you something, though. That Wesley Saint, though, that boy got bad intentions.
Bro.
He's one of those old school Miami linebackers that I absolutely love. And we actually got we have 4 or 5 linebackers that I'm actually in love with as far as just in our program and what they bring.
Yeah.
And I do want to give a shout out to Kiko, because Kiko had a bounce back game because he looked horrible against Virginia Tech.
21 missed tackles, 20 missed tackles last game. They only had 7, but they played much better. Much better. It was just
the only thing we could not do last night was defend the edge against Cal's speed. I do not know why a screen or a sweep, and Virginia Tech had exposed that as well. You get a fast dude out there on that edge, Miami's gonna be in problems.
Do you think it's because this surprised me? It really surprised me. I don't think our defensive backs are that fast. Let me tell you why. Number 19 on our team, I think, is Deani Hill.
Yes, he is.
Couldn't track down a tight end.
No.
A tight end got a little pass. They had about 30 yards to the end zone. He couldn't catch a tight end.
No.
I was like, is either that tight end runs a 4.2, which didn't look like he did, or Deani runs like a 4.7, 4.8.
Yes, I do not think Deani's fast. Now, here's why we got to get it together for Clemson, because Clemson knows how to use their tight ends. I don't even think we play Clemson.
We don't, but we will.
Well, we may play Clemson.
We will play Clemson in the championship, though.
Yes. Deani Hill. I don't like to talk crap about players.
No, let's not talk. But like some of the comments, like, look, I'll just put up some of the comments. He's not all mentally there right now. And also you got to remember, he's not newer to the system because it's the system been in, but he came, I believe, he wasn't even here for the whole camp. He came like right before the season.
Okay.
But I'm not even talking bad about him. What I'm saying, I was shocked that he couldn't catch a tight end. That's what blew me away. And the tight end pulled away from him.
Yes. Not only that, this is the second game in a row where I have to ask myself out loud, can Mish Powell tackle? Can Mish Powell tackle in the open field?
No.
He cannot.
No.
I've seen at least 10 missed tackles where this dude either getting his ankles broken or he just whiffs. The other guy, number 7, who's a decent tackler, but he takes bad angles. Where does that leave us? It only leaves us with Darryl Porter, who's a very surefire tackler, who's very decent and beyond average in coverage.
Yep.
The other 3 are suspect, bro.
I will tell you this. I agree to a certain point. The thing I like about Mish, open field, he's not good. But look, that's the difference between NFL cornerbacks and safeties in college. College, if you really look at college football, there's a player running free every play. Mm-hmm. Every play. And the windows are a lot bigger. Mm-hmm. For college cornerbacks and safeties, it's hard for them in open space. Yeah. Mish, what he does have, if the ball's in the air, that's when I like him. To me, he's good when the ball's in the air. If it's running towards him, he's gonna miss the tackle a lot of times. You know, I
think Mish is he's a very talented safety.
Yes.
He's an awesome leader. He's an awesome general. He knows what coverage to put us in. He knows where to put people who don't know what they're doing.
That's right.
In the right position.
veteran leadership.
Yes. And great attitude. Like I've
Yeah.
seen him speak many times, and you really need people in your locker room that's like, this is how you become a professional.
Yeah.
He reminds me of KJ Osborne, who transferred in. And the receivers at that time had no clue how to stay after practice and work. They weren't even doing it until they saw KJ Osborne.
Don't even bring up that time in Miami where
it was
2 years ago. This is before KJ. You remember just 2.5 years ago, they couldn't catch a cold. Like every game, they would drop 3-4 balls.
Not only that, South Florida receivers could not wait to get recruited from out of the state.
Yes,
they were not coming to Miami.
Let me tell you something. Since we talk about dropping balls, I got to bring up Sam Brown.
Yeah,
I don't look. Yo, come on now. You've had 6 games, bro, and I still just like Damian Martinez. I feel as the year goes on.
You can't mention Sam without mentioning his cousin, Damian Martinez. Them two related. Them two go to the family reunion together. They got to be related.
Let me tell you, I do think Damian will excel towards the end when teams get beat up. But look, we're being very critical of Damian Martinez. But tell me when Damian has been stopped with 1 yard to get for a first down or a never. So do you remember the last 2-3 years? It'd be 4th and 1 all the time and we couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Damian has fixed that problem. Fletcher has fixed that problem. So I'm not going to crap because I think the running backs are doing what the running backs do. I think Damian at some time, I just feel as the season goes on, teams wear down.
Are their hearts exploding above my head?
Yeah, I think if you do a certain action, that's the new you on a Mac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I'm looking at your box and I'm like,
yeah, but if you do this, like watch, if you do this or something, like, well, my screen is kind of slow right now, but anyway.
Okay. Never mind. Go ahead. I was like, what happened?
But Sam Brown, he's had 6 games. And it shocked me, even on one of the last plays Sam Brown was in. And they showed it on TV where Sam Brown was standing next to Cam, and Cam was talking to Sam. And I was like, please do not throw it to this man.
Yes, I saw
that. You saw that, right? I was
yes.
like, please throw to it. Why is he in the game? And I'm not trying to dog on him. It's just he drops a lot of balls right now. I'm not saying he's gonna be like that towards the end of the year, but right now in this moment, he drops a lot of balls. Drops a lot of balls. And it's like, all right. You can put George in there, you can put Horton in there, anybody else except Sam Brown. Now, I know a lot of Miami fans, they really crapping on. They like he shouldn't even be playing. I disagree.
I do not. As a Miami fan, I do not listen to Miami fans because we are not the best fan base.
Yeah.
I don't know who taught Miami fans football, but the new Miami fans are like the culture that we just see in general of people who just want, like, it's almost like going to a game, and I'm not trying to like crap on my wife or anything like that.
Yep.
But sometimes she'll be like, why did he let him tackle? Oh, he should have ran. I'm like, oh, yeah. You don't think he didn't want, you know what I mean? So it's some of the comments you get sometimes where you read Miami fans' comments of just like, oh, I can't even do it. I can't even go into that.
Well, you know what it could be too? What
I think Sam is this. I don't think Sam comes from a culture of KJ Osborne's. Yes, I don't think Sam comes from a culture of Ray Joseph. He doesn't come from a culture of Estrepo. I think Sam is fast. I think Sam was bored in Houston.
Yep.
And he was the best thing in the building in Houston, and came to Miami thinking that he was going to change the wide receiver room.
Yeah.
When Estrepo was already there and already had his thumbprint on, this is how we work out. This is how we hang out together. This is how you run routes. This is how you catch from the jugs machine. And this is how we stay after to study film. And then this is how we do it all again at 5 a.m. before we get here at 6:30.
You know what Restrepo is? Have you ever had a safe where it's a fingerprint and it opens up? He's that safe. It's like beep, safe. But here's the thing too, is I think Sam Brown, and look, I'm not defending them. I just feel like he's going to have a breakout game. I don't know when, but it's going to happen when we need him.
Well, let me tell you something.
Hold on. I feel like he's never played on this platform.
Yes.
Where every week he's never felt the hate. Nobody cares about Houston, let's be honest.
Right.
There is so much hate for the Miami Hurricanes. There is so much shit talking about the Miami Hurricanes. People want us to lose. You're on a stage every week where Sam Brown, you drop the ball. It's not like in Houston where nobody cares. You drop a ball here, everybody cares.
Everybody cares.
And you've done it. So that's different too. I just think like a couple of our people said, he's in his head because it's a different stage, man. It's a different stage. Like you could say it's the ACC or whatever. That's fine. But when it's Miami and a good team, everybody, I guarantee you Georgia, Ohio, they can't wait to play Miami because of all that. Like it's just different when you're at Miami.
Let me tell you why I have grace for Sam. Let me tell you why I do love him on the field.
Brian Haley, that's right. That 4th and 10 catch by Restrepo, ridiculous.
That 4th and 3
yeah
on Virginia Tech was the ball game.
Yes, 100%.
Like you said, the thumbprint or the eye retina scan, that's Restrepo. All day. Here's my grace for Sam.
Yeah.
Sam is one of the best blocking wide receivers we have on the team.
Incredible.
He's just a natural at it. Restrepo will get in your way, and Restrepo's so smart. He's one of those linemen that think to take out 2 people at one time.
Yeah.
But Sam can stay on a block without holding, and he's never had a holding penalty called against him, I don't think. Maybe one. But he really, I think, enjoys that part of the game.
And let's be honest. We looking at maybe they got him in there because they know we got to run and play. We're going to need blocking. Hey, we're going to run this crossing route and we need somebody to take out. I mean, you just never, that's
Michael,
what I'm saying.
I think it's this. And this is the only thing I can attribute it to. He's not a good route runner. He's not a George and he's not an Restrepo. And therefore, when the ball is on him, maybe it's too soon. Maybe it's too late. Maybe Cam thought was this, but he's never ready to catch the ball unless you put it in his bread box.
It's a thing where, but let's look.
That Virginia Tech touchdown, I mean, that was one of the most NFL throws I have ever seen in my life where all Sam had to do was turn. He didn't even break stride.
Yeah.
And he needled it between 2 defenders, the safety in the corner. And you know, he was doing this with his arms up while he got to the 10-yard line because there was nobody around him. He didn't even have to break stride during that Virginia Tech game. But if you throw Sam a screen, a bubble screen or something like that, he may catch it. He may not. Who knows?
It's true.
Who knows?
It's like, man.
It was too easy. Who knows?
Well, the only defense, look, catching the ball is catching the ball. He came in late. You know, Cam didn't get to work with him that much.
You know who used to beat him last year? But not on routes, just on catching.
Who?
George. And then he get frustrated and start a fight in the 3rd quarter.
That's true.
George would drop touchdown passes. George would drop. I mean, that's just George. But
you know what? You know what's funny?
Receivers in the building? Yes.
You know what's funny is George dropped those touchdown passes last year. Now he can't catch a touchdown pass without it getting called back. It's karma.
Yes. and Isaiah Horton was like that for the first 3 games.
Man,
but I really love our receivers.
Yeah,
I really love the guys that are on the bench: Nycard, JoJo Trader, Kirk, Shamar Kirk, and it's one more. These guys are going to be great. You know.
Can we talk about Lofton? 19-yard catch, the tight end, the freshman tight end.
That.
Huh?
Sam would have dropped that.
Lofton got hit. Where Lofton's a big dude, right? He looks like a full. He got hit, and the other player that hit him is laying on the ground. And you know what, Lofton? He got up and go,
Yeah. Hey.
You're like,
I think we need some mosquito repellent. I got bit on my hip.
Yeah, what happened here? What happened here?
You know, that's one of those type of hits, though. You don't know you're hurt till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We're gonna get an injury report. Lofton's not playing.
Lofton's not, he has a fractured hip. He did not feel it at the time because he's a big man. But we went back and x-rayed him, and yes, he has a chipped hip.
Man, that dude that hit Lofton was out. And Lofton just got up and go, okay. Yeah. Let me tell you, man.
Great hands, bro.
Great. I mean, I was like, that was a big catch. And that was a fret. That's what I love. Like, I think people, Miami fans, forget how this team was just 3 years ago.
Oh, my God.
They forget that, like,
they don't know that the receivers that came in with Jacoby George, none of them are here.
No.
None of them.
None.
We had 4 dope receivers, and now we only have Jacoby George because we thought he was playing half speed and didn't show up for every game. But he stuck it out. And outside of him and Restrepo, we didn't have any receivers after that.
Just think about that, though. Just think about that room.
We didn't have a whole line.
Besides, the only one I really remember is KJ from the last 10 years.
Yes.
And I'm sure somebody's going to correct me on this, but name another one that went pro. Barrows, yeah.
Jeff Thomas went to New England as
Jeff
a free
Thomas,
agent.
but then he played in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Thomas?
Yeah. But
Keyshawn Smith.
They have the talent. They just mentally. You know how many people come to Miami and they're talented?
Hold on,
but
Finesse.
They don't ever go to class. They don't ever. They are always doing the wrong thing and still hanging with the wrong people because they don't realize. And what Mario had to really institute is like, I don't care if we get off the bus wearing a shirt and tie in 102-degree weather. The culture is we are showing up because this is a business trip.
Yep.
And when nobody's watching, you're still going to stick to your diet and you're still going to stick to your your workout routine. And then you're going to come to the training facility and do our workout routine. And then you're going to go and study film. Why? Because I'll never forget it. Yep. Russell Maryland stood up in the middle of a meeting one day, and I was a freshman sitting in there just happy to be in the room. And he said, I think we had just lost to Brigham Young. Mm-hmm. It was a road game. But anyway, we had just lost to Brigham Young. And he said, if y'all came here to get an education, y'all at the wrong school. Go to Duke. Go to Duke. And y'all never forget that. He just said, go somewhere else. We are here to learn everything that has to do with football and leave it all out on the field. And by the time we get to this game, like they're not gonna know what hit them. Yeah. Because their entire team is not better than who we practice against every day. And I think that whole mentality went all the way through the years until it was lost after Butch Davis.
I don't know, but let's talk about the Canes now.
Yes.
Very talented, amazing. And I think if they play a full game, they can play with anybody.
Yes.
Because the one thing I did know, just think about how awful they play, and they still scored 39 points. Literally.
Averaging.
This weekend in Cal too.
That's what I'm saying. We're averaging 35 points a game.
Well, my thing is like, if they play a full game, I believe they can play with a Georgia, with an Alabama, because Cam is just on a different level. That defensive line, if they clicking, like I never believed our defensive backs were as bad as I saw yesterday. Like they weren't great in Virginia, but they were really bad. Really. And the thing that, like I said earlier, when De'Ani Hill, that tight end, pulled away from our cornerback, I was like, yo, this they need more speed back there or something.
I think De'Ani Hill is he may be like a 7, where Damani Brown was like a 9.
Yeah.
That guy was like 6'1", 6'2" or something, but he can run.
Yeah.
He can run. He can cover. He can stick.
He can tackle.
He can
in open
stick,
space.
hit, stick, and bust. He can go. And so Damani Hill, like the transfer, came in like at the end of the and he's inserted him because we gave him some money, and now it's like, all right, what do we buy? But there's somebody has to step up because I like OJ Frederick, but you know, we have some corners in between there.
We do, yeah.
So, Guidry is the defensive back coach, and then we got
let's talk about Guidry for a second. You were giving up lots of yards to very average teams.
I know why.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
He has been missing on his blitzes. Well, he hasn't been missing. Our linebackers have been missing. And when we have a direct straight line to the quarterback, for some reason, we have missed sacks that would have changed the course of the game. And when we miss those sacks, they are scoring a touchdown off that play.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because Ruben Bain missed one that
he looked hurt for 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw what I saw. I saw he looked like he was still hurt.
Nah,
but into the fourth quarter, all of a sudden he came alive. But he was walking hurt, running hurt, and rushing the passer hurt. And I didn't hardly see him make any tackles until
he made I think he got one tackle and like a half a sack. Yeah, one tackle and a half a sack.
That was the last 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God. It made me look for number 11. I said, what the hell is Austin? And then I found out at the end of the game he was hurt. Because he's hurt.
But
so then I'm like, well, where's Malik Bryant? You know what I mean?
Well,
But let me finish this last little point. The other reason, the part two to why we're giving up so many yards, if you go back and look, especially on these screen plays and plays of running backs coming out of the backfield, we're in man coverage. And I love man coverage.
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing like being in man coverage when your receiver goes across the field and that cornerback goes with him, and now you swing out that running back. And our linebacker, Kiko, is not fast enough, bro, to run with anybody coming out of that backfield. It's just a weakness we have. And now we see that even if they slip a tight end out there, we can't even catch him.
Man,
so we got to figure that out.
If I took away one thing, look, I'm so glad we won. If I took away one thing from that game, the only thing that stands out in my head, forget coming back, is that tight end running away from De'Ani Hill. I cannot get that out of my mind. Like that blows me away.
Yeah.
And the tight end didn't even look, and I was like, are we playing dudes that can't catch a tight end? Are we serious?
Every game we lost last year, the tight end killed us. And you would think that as a strong safety, that used to be my position. And we had some studs back in the day. And Miami has some stud tight ends. And when you're going up against Arroyo and Williams and Lofton in practice, you would think that you would be able to handle anybody's tight end that you face. But it always seems to be on the back burner.
Or just be able to address that, hey, we can't even hold. Because, look, Arroyo is one of the best tight ends. Look, we can't hold this dude. We need to make corrections in what we're doing. I'm just going to throw up a couple comments. A secondary just can't tackle. You're talking about Otto. Like, that's the big thing with Canes fans right now. That dude that broke that long touchdown, he stepped out of bounds. They didn't even review it. So don't be mad at us because you think we got a call at the end. You know what I mean? What we got. This dude right here, Josh, phenomenal artist. He does a bunch of artwork for Dime Life, hardcore Miami fan. He's doing stuff with the UM. He made me some stuff. So this dude's talented. He goes, don't forget.
Hey, DM me, Joshua. DM your boy at Finesse Mitchell on Instagram.
Yeah, dude, let me tell you, Finesse. This dude, everything that's going viral with the Sebastian doing this?
Yeah.
He did that. That's him.
All right, Joshua.
That's his artwork, man.
I need something for the crib.
Yeah, man. That's that dude. He's the Restrepo of art.
Michael.
Yeah.
Restrepo is a godsend, bro. Like he is like Julian Edelman's baby. I don't it is crazy how this guy does not have an off game in 3 years. in 3 years, if you throw it to X and it's catchable, he's coming down with it
But
8 out of 10 times.
But I still never forget those fans that were like, you should put Brashard Smith in. He's not a game breaker. He's not this. I still mad at those Miami fans that said that 2 years ago. Because they always try, even this year starting, some people were chirping about that. It's like, this dude's going pro. This dude is great. And you know what it is? He does so much for the community with kids. He's just a great player and role model. He's what you want Miami to be. Now, did you see Cam Ward's interview after the game where he dropped the N-word?
Yes.
That's when I was like, that Miami back.
Yes.
That's Miami.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I did see that. I saw the kid who beat Alabama.
Oh yeah.
He cursed a lot too. He was just happy and cursing and emotional.
Yeah.
But Cam just embodies what we used to be, because even when the media is there, there's nothing more important. He could have easily, no. It's almost like America wasn't there anymore, because I know, and he likes to call all the people by their number. But when he saw him, he was like, there's nothing more important than letting this dude know we did that. You know what I mean? And I appreciated that. And then he did it in a very Yo Miami way. Hey.
It was beautiful, man. That Restrepo, I'm gonna give you his numbers. He caught 7 balls for 163 yards. He moved 9th, I believe, in total catches. You had Horton 9 for 83, George 5 for 59. Martinez even caught 4 balls for 51, and that's the reason why he came to Miami, to show he could catch. So he did his thing. Arroyo
and Martinez is super dope. That's why I said they cousins. Martinez and Sam Brown can block their ass off.
Yeah.
Fletcher may whiff, and everybody else isn't big enough, but Martinez will put his paws on you.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, I'm telling you, if those two guys had not come, and I'm glad they're here, I'm glad they're part of the Kane family, I'm glad they are producing, I think we might have been all right in that running back room. But I think they needed an assurance in case Fletcher wasn't really ready to go.
They needed a big back.
They needed a big guy and a big experienced guy at that.
Yeah.
And then number 2, I'm with you, Michael. We got to get AJ Allen some touches.
Bro,
we got to get AJ Allen some effing touches, because he does not wait to pick a hole to then decide to run. He just takes off, and his body can and it looks like a different speed.
You know what it is?
Watching Martinez run the ball.
And Chris Johnson right now, no offense to any of the running backs, because I love them all, but Chris Johnson's just too light. You know what I mean? He's too light. But AJ Allen, he's electric, man. When this dude touches the ball, here's a problem with AJ. I've been the only thing about AJ Allen I see, it's either a couple yards or it's a touchdown. He will not get you 7 yards ever. It's either going to be 2 or 3 yards or a touchdown.
If you play running back, you need at least 10 carries just to fill out the defense.
Yep.
Just to know who's scared of you, who can't, if you cut on a dime, who not coming with you, who ankles you can break, who you can run through. But you start to feel people out, who over pursues. And that's why it's like you want to get a dope running back, at least 20 touches. And you hoping that he breaks at least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But, hey, it's a crowded backfield. I just wish he could get more touches.
Well, I guarantee you he's not going to be here next year. And a lot of Miami Hurricane fans are like, yeah, well, that's fine. He did it. But I wish I could find a comment. One Kane fan was like, well, they're just playing the best backs. There's no favoritism. I'm like, there's always favoritism.
Absolutely.
You paying Damian Martinez $800 or whatever $1,000 he's getting. You got to play him.
Yes.
You got to play him.
Yes. It's not even about favoritism right now. It's about NIL. You're not going to sit people on the bench you pay money to. Because the people who helped you get those people here are going to call you on Sunday and say, why is my money sitting on the bench?
There it is right there, politics. Look, if you listen to this podcast, I'm all about AJ Allen, right? I feel AJ Allen just brings you a different style of run. Like, and I'm not even talking about starting. I'm talking about just getting in the game, be third.
Yes.
Give me 5 to 10 touches. You know what I mean?
think as soon as the third quarter comes, you got to put that man on the field.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get Fletcher and Martinez all that you can give them in that first half. And when they come out of that locker room, you got to split those carries with AJ Allen. And if he doesn't produce, then you got a whole another fourth quarter and Martinez. But you got to give Chris Johnson his 3 touches. And then, you can put in Jordan Lau. You play Jordan Lau to say, hey, we're so happy you didn't go to Ohio State.
Yes.
And we're going to play you early. But you've already made that. You've already done that. He ain't going nowhere. The culture is the culture. Now, I don't see nobody leaving unless somebody comes and just say, hey.
Oh, man. No. You know what I see? I see AJ Allen leaving, going to a school we play, and torching us.
He is senior.
No. He got 1 more year.
Does he?
Y'all in the comments, we got a lot of people in the comments. I think AJ Allen, he's like a red shirt junior. This will be his junior.
You got to check that, Michael.
No, I don't think he's a senior. Let me tell you why I know he's not a senior. No senior would play more than 4 games knowing the carries they were getting. Allen has 1 more year. See, I knew it, man.
Okay.
And my fear is he's going to go to Florida next year, and he going to be problems for us. And I kind of feel like AJ Allen's that dude right now that if I was him, I would have a chip on my shoulder like, yo, I can go to a lot of schools, but I want to go to a school that plays you because I want to show you what I can do to you, if that makes sense.
You're probably going to go to SMU, bro.
Bro. Can you imagine him in that offense, though?
If I was AJ Allen, I would leave because Fletcher's going to be a beast. Lowell's going to be a beast. You're bringing in Pringle,
he's going to be a beast.
And he's going to be a beast. And now you're in the same place. Now, like, this is my last year, and I'm still splitting the majority of carries with 3 other people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
but I hope he stays because I like him.
Dog Menace, pray he stay. Why? I want what's best. I
want him to go and blossom.
Like I don't want him to be behind. Like I think, to me, he's the best back on the team. He's the most explosive back. Like, would I put him in 3rd, 4th, and 1s? No, I would do Fletcher, Martinez. Yeah. But it needs to be like a what is that? Thunder and lightning. It needs to be something like that.
Clemson had no answer. Clemson had no answer for AJ Allen.
No.
In overtime or in that 4th quarter. I mean, he basically ran us to victory because they were scared to throw the ball because they had Emory.
Yeah.
And they knew we were going to run, and they couldn't stop the dude.
I mean, I've been saying it all year, man. But it's going to be sad when this dude transfers because he's not staying. There's no way. There's no way you can. And I'm not trying to cause beef within the running back. I'm just stating the obvious. Like, if you're listening to this podcast or you watching this and you're like, well, AJ Allen's not the best back, or AJ Allen shouldn't get more carries, your football IQ is just very low. It's very low.
AJ Allen is a complete back, and I've even seen him step up in the hole and stop a linebacker.
So that's what the biggest complaint is.
But I think he is too small when it does come to pass protection.
Because people are saying, and I agree, Cam Ward's the golden goose. You're not going to do anything to jeopardize him getting smacked. So that's why AJ Allen's not. But look, I'm making this up right now. I have no information on this. I'm making this up. It's got to be more than football. I'm telling you, man, it's more than football. It's either he's toxic to the locker room, or they know he's leaving, or
AJ?
Yeah, there's something else that's got to be, because it's not his play, man. It, to me, is something bigger than his play. And I don't have any confirmation about this at all. But maybe it's an attitude, and I'm making all this up. But to me,
he transferred in, and there was no bag attached. It was just he wanted to come to Miami. I think.
But I'm saying, Finesse, what I'm saying, his skills prove, and everything he does when he's on the field proves he should be on more. There's got to be something else that either he pissed off somebody, or somebody really doesn't like him, or has a bad attitude, there's got to be something more than his play on the field. Because you can say about his pass blocking all day long, he's doing when I've seen him in the games, he does just as good as everybody else. I've never seen him miss a linebacker, right?
Yeah.
So y'all can scream pass blocking all you. I've never seen him miss a block, just like other running. He looks the same blocking as all the. There has to be something else, and we won't know that till he transfers. And if he does but I'm telling you, as far as football skills, you know what it's like in our industry, Finesse? It's like comedians, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of phenomenal comedians. Yeah. And you're like, why isn't this guy bigger? And then you find out he's an alcoholic. Yeah. Or he doesn't like to work. You know what I mean? So you're like, well, he should be bigger than he is. He's not a hustler. He has a bad attitude. He hates other people. So you find out other things. And I'm telling you, my heart says, and I have no information on that, there's something bigger at play why A.J. Allen's not playing more.
And I want to button this, that if he's ever at the crib watching this, he has two of the biggest fans in the A.J. Allen camp right here.
Right.
And we hope you stay. But if you don't, we understand.
No. But, I'm opposite. I'm opposite from you, Finesse.
Michael wants you to leave and go be great.
I want you to leave. I
want you to stay home and be great.
I want that for everybody, though. I want, like, if the team you're on is not letting you shine, you go someplace to let you shine. Look at Rashard Smith now.
Balling.
He's the lead running back on SMU. Balling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Miami, at this point, they have to, when before we were making a lot of outgoing calls.
Yeah.
After that win last night, and even before then, but after that win last night, and this is why somebody like Cam is is a program changer.
Yes.
Because there are people who are just like I was. There are people who are 11, 12, 13, 14 doing this on some little league football field right now.
Right.
And they cannot wait to be a Miami Hurricane. And they're not going to care who the coach is. They are not going to care. When Cam Newton left Auburn, you know how many people wanted to go to Auburn?
Yeah.
When Tim Tebow was at Florida, when it's just something etched in your brain when something hits you as a kid, as a baller, and you say, I want to go here. The only thing that now is going to shake you off of that is the bag. But if the bag ain't the determining factor, Miami will have to be like, hello, this is Miami, please hold. Hello, this is Miami, please hold. Yep. This is Miami, please hold. Because you're going to want to come here.
Oh, see, look what we just got in. Case, this is what I'm talking about right here. KCG 305 says he can't pass block. Show me a play where he didn't block his man during a game this season. Because I'll make sure I watch him on pass. Send me a screenshot, send me the video, KCG 305, where that is proven this year. Last year, of course. This year, show me a video of that. And
Can
then
I say something to KCG 305?
Yeah.
Hey, KCG 305. I don't want him to pass block. I want him to run the ball, sir. So I want him in the game and they actually hand him the game. Yeah. I would not put him in the game if I told him to protect Cam Ward. That would be a malpractice for Mario Cristobal.
It would be.
And Shannon Dawson.
Yeah.
What Michael and I are saying, KCG 305, eat my ass. Sorry, Michael. My bad.
No, it's fine.
But what we're saying is give the man the ball on the edge. Throw him a sweep or two. Let him run in between the tackles. I'm telling you, he get there way quicker than Damian Martinez.
Or maybe we haven't investigated this. Maybe he can't catch. I don't know. Maybe like we would play him more so they know we're not going to throw him screen. Maybe he can't. I don't know. There's what I'm telling you, Finesse, is something bigger than the game for him right now.
More games, I think. I'm gonna call Mario later tonight. I'm gonna ask him, what's going on.
But can I tell you something, Finesse? This is what I don't like about those reporters that gotta play the Miami game. They got to go into these press. You never hear a question about AJ Allen because I believe they're not told not to ask about it, but they know what not to ask about. They know not to ask anything that will cause controversy in that locker room. Good, fine, but I'll ask it. Because I ain't trying to get into your press conference. But nobody, from all these people I listen to on podcasts, and they're all great on there, but nobody, and they're in that room with Mark. That would be my first question. It's like, yo, you got an explosive running back like AJ Allen. Why is he not getting any carries? And Mario can scowl at me. He can look at me. I don't care. It don't matter to me. I'm not trying to please you and write what you want to write. I'm just asking real questions. Like, tell me why AJ. Now, if Mario goes, hey, we don't trust him in pass protection right now, or he can't catch, or give me a reason. But none of these reporters are asking, man. It's just very frustrating when even the reporters know how good AJ Allen is, but they won't ask it. Oh, they want to stay on his good side. We got to get into the press conference, sir. We got to get into the practices, sir. So we're not going to ask you questions, sir.
Right. Come on now. Because you know what I would ask. Mario, what was you thinking at 3 minutes and 10 seconds when you was like, should we let them run a play and just wait till the 2-minute timeout and pray they don't get a first down? Like, that is the stuff that I think the nation asked Mario Cristobal, just in decision making. And whether you have a person on the side, that's their job to manage the clock, or is their job to just stare at it and just watch it go down and say, and now it's at 2 minutes. Like, what is the strategy behind that?
Okay, I don't know if this is true, but anybody can write anything on this show. They say he got caught smoking. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I don't know. Dog minute. I don't know. We don't know.
At the end of the day, if he did, it's Miami.
All right, Finesse, let's go. Tell people where they can check you out, man.
All right, man. Listen, good people. You can always find me on social media at Finesse Mitchell.
He was joking. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, wait a minute. But yeah, I'm out on Instagram, Finesse Mitchell. I'm on TikTok, Finesse Mitchell 0. And I'm on Facebook, Finesse Mitchell. I got a show with Tisha Campbell from Martin at the Ice House this Thursday. If you're in the Pasadena area and you're listening out here, all my California love heads, we're in Pasadena at the Ice House on Thursday. And then we're at the Cincinnati Funny Bone the Friday and Saturday of this coming week, the 11th and 12th of November. And one last shout out. Michael, have you played Comics Mohegan Sun?
No.
I'm at the Comics Roadhouse in the Mohegan Sun Casino.
Okay.
That's in Uncasville. But everybody know about the Mohegan Sun Casino.
Yeah, of course. I know that.
So I'm playing there Halloween weekend. So get your tickets October 31st to November 2nd. I'm in the casino playing poker in the daytime and telling jokes at night at Comics, COMIX, Halloween weekend.
And for me, MichaelYo.com, Instagram at MichaelYo. I'll be in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Improv the 10th through 12th.
Best club in the land.
Best club in the country. And we selling a lot of tickets already. So thank you so much for that. But we'll see you there. Tomorrow, I'm doing a special show. Gio Million's going to be on. And we're going to talk about more of the kind of inside the numbers with Miami and what he thinks going wrong. And then DJ Williams is going to be on. Amon Richards is going to be. So we got a lot of people coming on. And Finesse, I love you on the show,
Amon Richards. I'm the biggest Amon Richards fan, bro.
Oh, I'm going to put you on the podcast then.
I'm the biggest fan of that guy, bro.
Talk about a dude that was just electric, and he would have been first round, no doubt.
No doubt. And, just the mental psyche of knowing what could have been, but also having a backup plan. And also just like mentally like, I'm still the man.
Yeah.
I love that about him, that he just didn't disappear until whatever. But you talking about what a hurricane looks like and plays like. And, he was one of my favorites, bro.
Mine too. All right, we got to go. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Later.